All right. It's rapid reactions. A whole lot of topics. A little bit of time. Jay, the floor is yours.
All right, Los Angeles Lakers superstar forward LeBron James was suspended one game for recklessly hitting Detroit Pistons center Isaiah Stewart during Sunday's game, and Stewart was suspended 2 games for escalating the situation. Drink NBA, get this right.
I don't know, man. I wasn't in love with LeBron James getting suspended. Now, I did agree with the refs for giving him a flagrant two and getting him out of there because I do feel like if it's an arena in the NBA, it's Detroit. Don't leave LeBron in the game because you know how these fans can get. I mean, it's on tape, right? So go and get LeBron out, hit him with the flagrant two. Not mad at that. Get Stewart out. Clearly he was hot, as my guys say, hotter than fish grease, and he was hot. But I thought they got it right with Stewart. I don't understand what are you exactly suspending LeBron a game for? You got him out of there. You ejected him out of the game. Now I didn't understand that, but I'm not losing no sleep over it either. It is what it is. You lose a game, LeBron, go get you some rest, do some cryotherapy, get your muscles and bones back in action, and it is what it is. But overall, if I had to give it a grade, I give it like a B. I'm not super mad at it. I just didn't understand why LeBron got suspended for a game. The Giants have fired offensive coordinator Jason Garrett after a season and a half on the job. Did he deserve to lose his job so quickly, Jay?
I want to say no, but I guess I gotta say yes. But the thing I'm gonna say is like this is the beginning. The same way as like down there in when a coordinator gets fired in Florida, when old Granum, they get him out of there. Like we knew what was coming. You'll get to that in a
Right.
moment. But like, yeah, my point is there's a whole lot that needs to change with the Giants. I was real skeptical on Joe Judge from day one. I'm still skeptical of Joe Judge. I'm not sure how long he's gonna last there. And like Dave Gettleman, like I mean this guy just I don't think he's been all that great from what he's done. So, I mean, Daniel Jones, like, are we impressed with Daniel Jones? No, we're not. So, I think this is the first domino to fall. I think you'll see one or two more dominoes fall with the Giants before it's all said and done this year. Florida football coach Dan Mullen was fired on Sunday after the Gators lost to Missouri 24-23 on Saturday. The Gators were just in the SEC championship game last season. With that in mind, was this the right move?
No, I don't think this is the right move. But I would say this: we don't know the full story of why he was fired. It might have been some things we weren't privy to. I mean, listen, I said the same thing when Ole Miss got rid of Hugh Freeze, and then the next thing I know, he calling prostitutes off the business phone. So, we don't know the full story. I would say this: I don't think it's the right move because now, how do Florida competes with Georgia when you bring in a new coach going against Kirby Smart while he building the machine? How do Florida compete with the rest of the SEC when you're gonna bring in a new coach that's gonna go against coaches like Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher and etc. that's building the machine? In the SEC, you can't change over your team like this if you want to be competitive. And like you said, you would think that SEC championship would at least bought them goodwill for another year. But maybe Dan Mullen's kind of his herky jerky attitude and celebrating the win at Samford and all this other mess. Maybe that just was enough for the AD and the president to be like, look, you got to go. So I'm not quite sure. I don't agree with it in the SEC because I know how tough that conference is. And you only make teams like Georgia and Alabama stronger when you make a move like this. After 70 major league games, the Tampa Bay Rays have agreed to terms on a 12-year, $185 million contract with a max value of $223 million, folks. That's mil with an M. What do you think of this, Jay?
Yeah, that was for their young rookie shortstop Wander Franco. Uh, you know what? At first, when I saw it, I didn't love it. I was like, "What? Why on earth? What is this?" And then I was like, "Well, you know what? In hindsight, if you believe in a guy that much and you think he's absolutely can't miss, then like maybe it ain't the worst idea in the world to like lock him up early because you got to think like he's gonna be cheaper now before he actually starts, putting some full seasons together and just balling out of control. So maybe they may have said like if Wander Franco is as good as advertised and he had a really nice rookie season and performed well in the playoffs, they might have saved him a lot of money long term. This will keep him there until he's 32 years old. New Orleans Saints jack of all trades Taysom Hill has signed a 4-year, $40 million extension that could be worth up to $95 million if he becomes the team's starting quarterback over the next 4 years. Do you give Hill much of a chance to collect the full value of that contract?
Not when you put that stipulation on there. Like, I could see the organization putting a lot of pressure on Sean Payton. Like, hey, nah, he ain't ready to be QB1. Nah. We gonna keep Trevor Siemian. Hey, Jameis Winston coming back. Nah, we good. Keep him out there, wide receiver / tight end / punt returner / head coach. We can do that, but we don't need him at QB1. We ain't trying to maximize this. So I don't know, man. 4 years is a long time. I don't even think he makes this contract for 4 years, but I QB1, that's tough when you give the organization the momentum and to not want to put you as a starter. So, we'll see, but I don't know. That's a tough one. The Texans have cut running back Philip Lindsay after just 10 games and 50 carries. Did his lack of usage in Houston surprise you, Jay?
Yeah, it did. I mean, his first 2 years in the league had over 1,000 yards. He split time with Melvin Gordon in Denver last year, but definitely a proven commodity back there. But then, like, this is another thing. Like Houston, like I'm getting on GMs today, but like they brought in Philip Lindsay and Mark Ingram to pair with David Johnson. David Johnson, the only one still there. He's probably the worst out of the three. So I don't know.
And the cheapest.
I don't know quite what that's about because I don't know. I guess like, oh man, he's a DeAndre Hopkins trade. We got to keep him, or that will just look even more stupid. So I don't know what that is. But yeah, really surprised Philip Lindsay only got that much work. He's a better running back than that.
That's an all-pro running back too.
Yeah, Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud has moved into the driver's seat for the Heisman Trophy after the Buckeyes' huge win over Michigan State. Drink, who do you have for winning the Heisman this year?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: for both of those gentlemen, I think those are the two front runners. I know we had some running backs at one point, but I think that Michigan State performance really set back the running back there. I think for both of these guys, it comes down to championship weekend. If CJ Stroud just go out here, because for what I say about Wisconsin, you can't deny that defense. That defense is legit. But if he go out here and make Wisconsin look like Michigan State, and Bryce Young go out here and just get balled up by Georgia, how do you not get him the trophy? However, if they play even, if they play pretty much a similar game, you're gonna have to give Bryce Young the benefit of the doubt. Playing the SEC, he's playing better competition. He will be playing Georgia. You will be playing Wisconsin. So I think that championship weekend is what's going to determine the race between these two gentlemen. But if I had to give it now, I'm going with my baby. I'm going with my quarterback, man. I'm going with Bryce Young, man. That's what it is. But I do think C.J. Stroud got just as good of a chance as Bryce Young do at this moment, and we got to see in the next 2 weeks. San Francisco Giants catcher Buster Posey and Baltimore's Oriole power hitter Trey Mancini won Comeback Player of the Year for their respective leagues. Which comeback was more impressive?
Man, love what Posey did and what ended up being his final season and leading the Giants to 107 wins, I believe. But got to go with Mancini. The guy was coming off having cancer, so he beat cancer, comes back, plays as well as he did this year. I got to go with Mancini. Plenty of college football job openings, but one of the hottest candidates just came off the proverbial board as Penn State's James Franklin has signed a 10-year extension to stay with the Nittany Lions. What are your thoughts on that, Drink?
My thoughts are if USC and LSU are really coming after James Franklin, then you're going to have to pony up. Listen, James Franklin, if you ask me, very smart play. I would have done this if I was James Franklin. I would rather coach in Penn State. Why? Listen, Big Ten get just as much reprieve as the SEC do, just as much respect. I got a job that's not as glorified as LSU, that's not as publicized as USC, and I get to run my program how I want to run it. I don't get all the extras that I get at the other two jobs because this is not Ohio State. This is, you know what I'm saying, I'm a tier down from being, in the elite level. But if I was to go to one of the other two programs, I do open myself up to a bunch of other stuff. And I had to start over. With Penn State, I already got something going. So why not sign this? I think it's a good move for Penn State. I think you might look at this year and say, what the F? I got it. But listen, it happens. You have down cycles. You have down seasons. this one on for him. I think it's a good play for him and Penn State. Last one, we got the Golden State Warriors, the league best at the league's best 15-2 record. They putting it on the line tomorrow night as they host the Philadelphia 76ers. Jay, does Golden State move to 16-2?
Yeah, they'll be at home. Philly on the road. They typically play a little bit. They don't play as well on the road, and they're still. I don't know. Is Embiid hurt? Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. But we know Ben Simmons ain't playing. I don't even know. I don't even think that makes a difference. Yeah, Golden State wins. Steph has a big night. Draymond, he's good. He's back in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Yeah, Golden State gets this one done. And that concludes tonight's Drink of Wisdom. As always, thank you for joining us. Like, listen, share, subscribe. And I'm Jay Wise.
And I'm Nathan Drinker, and remember, make tomorrow better than today, and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, this is A Drink of Wisdom.